It started a few years ago when one of my clients said, "Well, Guillaume, when we think about you, we think about you as our business therapist." And then other clients mentioned the same thing again a few years later, and then it started to be more and more frequent. And I, without any suggestion from myself, I ended up actually writing it on my website not very long ago, but it's well hidden enough that I don't think these clients have seen it. But I get that comment, that feedback, now frequently. People see us and see my coaching session as a therapy session. And initially, I thought, well, I'm not a therapist, obviously. I'm not trained as a therapist, obviously. Although I was a counselor for a little bit in France. Maybe that's when I started to be interested by working more with questions and answers. And the more I think about it, the more I lean into this. I try to understand, why life wants to take me this way. Why is it that I'm being perceived that way? I really thoroughly enjoy applying my listening skills and questioning skills, my curiosity, to the situation of my clients. My clients are all B2B innovators. They're entrepreneurs. They're pioneers. And I am thoroughly fascinated by their journey. I have a similar journey. I worked in a lot of innovative companies. I try to innovate as much as I can with MetaHelm, and so that's why I relate to them. I love their work. I'm fascinated by their work. When the expression the entrepreneurial journey, and we refer to probably the ups and downs. It's not an easy journey, right? There'll be some moments of joy and some moments of pain. Thorough. It's hard. We sweat blood and tears because things don't go the way we want, and we put a lot at stake. Our savings, sometimes our families, our time, our energy, and everything. That's the journey that is visible. That's the outside journey. That's the journey that's the side of the journey that works with tangible things that we can earn or lose. And we think about, we tend to think about wealth. Are we a wealthy entrepreneur? Are we a successful entrepreneur? Are we a wealthy entrepreneur because we make so much money? We have a certain level of revenue or profit, and we have a nice car, and we have all these possessions, all these belongings. That's one way to look at it. But what really fascinates me, where I think there is even a more beautiful world, more fascinating world, is the inside facet of the journey. What happens inside you as an entrepreneur? That's really, I think, where true value is. That's where the root of progress lies. That's where we can help people decide if their ideas are worth pursuing. And many times, very often, we're so glad that some people had the courage to believe in their ideas inside first. Think about the greatest innovations on earth: medicines, technology, remedies. Think about examples like computer, X-rays. All the inventions, all of the theories, all of the organizations that were created from within, from the heart. And also now, think about all the inventions, organizations, products, services, things that were not invented, that were never invented because the entrepreneur didn't have the courage or the awareness or the chance to believe in those ideas. To me, the internal part, the interior journey of an entrepreneur is, I think, what truly matters. Outside is signals of success for sure. Outside is, are the things that enable to build the confidence, to build recognition, that it gives you means to go further and to heal what's inside, to continue to feed and fuel the internal journey, for sure, right? If I have more money to pay for my self-care, to take a break, to take a vacation, to tend to heal my body, of course, the inner journey will be easier. Of course, this is gonna nourish, this is gonna help all of those great ideas grow. Of course, it's going to help me be more courageous, be more grounded, and make better decisions, and help more people and have more impact while I continue to do the work that I love, right? There are these two facets of the entrepreneurial journey, and when you look at the internal facet, what you have to be ready to accept is that you will not just talk about business stuff. Entrepreneurs are humans, first of all, and we come with everything. We come whole. We come with our questions, our doubts, our insecurities about everything we bring to the table. Business stuff, business ideas, but also personal things, family things, right? There's a reason why really strong, profitable companies are run by families, because it's just stronger. It's not easier, for sure. I come from families of entrepreneurs, and there are a lot of those companies were run by families. So I just want to bring, the purpose of this video is just to bring your attention to this, and to hopefully do not discount the importance of the internal journey. Take the time to explore it. Maybe you're aware of it. Maybe you're trying to ignore it. At least I would encourage you to have a dialogue with what's going on inside. If outside doesn't go as planned, if by all commonly accepted success metrics it's not working, maybe you're not making enough money, or maybe you're not finding the clients you want, having difficulties to find product market fit. These are all the outside metrics, outside sign of success. Maybe inside something interesting is happening. Maybe you're growing from within. Maybe you're learning something of value. Maybe that's where you're creating wealth. Because the true definition of wealth is what people cannot take away from you, is what you cannot lose. It's what you keep at the end of your life. That's true wealth to me. I was inspired by a quote from Leonardo da Vinci. Let's see if I can remember it. That which can be lost is not deemed as riches. I think I have it almost right. Sorry, my memory is having a hard time. But in other and I talked about this in another short video. But in other words, whatever you can lose is not wealth. What you can keep is true wealth, the true riches. Your knowledge, your values, your virtues, memories you build, things you learn, things you will do differently. In other words, wealth comes from the change, the transformation that you go through as you go into the entrepreneurial journey. So don't get lured by, the bright, shiny objects out there. Don't be lured by those who will tell you that, or those from which you're perceived that you're no one, you're not successful if you don't have so much on your bank account, if you're not driving that car, if your company is not, at that level, doesn't have so many employees. Watch for the comparisons you make with yourself. Your business is where it is today for a reason. Only you can know the reason. Maybe if you work with somebody like me, or a business therapist, as they call me, or an actual therapist, will you get more answers for yourself. But my only simple message is in hope that it broadens your spectrum about what success means. Success in entrepreneurship is obviously, as I said before, not just the external signs not just the external signs, period. I'm repeating myself, but look inside, look into the interior side of the entrepreneurial journey. I hope this helps. Thank you.